as I recover and get my energy back, I'm all of a sudden I'm excited again. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be doing something. I feel like the little kid. Here, hold the flashlight while I do this. I just want to see if this will work. I'm not gonna believe this, but there's a honeybee on me right now. If I made a steelhead, Wallace, and I end up with these leaves left over that I've carved off the side of that center rib, what do you do with those?
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella shit.
So, I'm in another world right now. A few minutes ago, I was really saying to myself, you're 52 years old. You had a desk job. You worked in a cubicle selling steel. What are you doing on a farm in the Philippines? But now, just a few minutes later, it's all different. The perspective has come back, and I understand why I'm doing this. As I look at my daughter and her two friends and how they're getting along, playing together, and just having a wonderful time, I can sit here and reflect, and I can miss my wife, who's back in Indiana, and I know that I'm trying to build this for an important reason, and that's so that we can all be together over here and live this life together. Okay, I'm still recovering from the work we did today, which honestly wasn't much. I'm just old, I'm fat, and starting to become absent-minded. But I'm getting a little bit of my energy back. We took a little rest. Things are looking up. I'm happy, and I'm sitting over there in the payag, and all of a sudden it dawns on me that I got this big old knife in my backpack, and I'm looking over here, and I see a coconut frond. Now, I've told you in the past that I read all the comments, and I try to reply to all of the comments, and if I've missed you, I apologize, but I think I've done a pretty good job so far of replying to all the contents. But I understand, and I have known for a while, that the brooms called silhig in Visayan, or walis in Tagalog, are made out of these palm fronds. And since I'm just sitting here recovering, it takes me a long time to recover, I said, you know what, why don't I go check that out? Because I've never actually, now that I have this resource available, I've never really explored it, touched it, felt it, figured it out, seen what it's all about. So let me cut some of this up and see if we can figure this out. The girls up there say that their mom makes these, and that she's good at it, so they kind of know how to do it. So we're all gonna try and figure this out together. Let's take it now. I'm just gonna come along. I think I'm doing that backwards. I think I'm supposed to go from the small part to the big part, and then it'll go right down the row. But I did get a good handful. Let's flip this thing over and see if I can get some off the other side. Try this again. I don't know, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Oh. As with everything in life, there's a process and a right way and a wrong way of doing things, and possibly through trial and error I can figure out what the right way is. Okay, let's see if these girls know how to do this. The only part you're supposed to have at the end
is the hard
is
part.
the center rib. I don't know if you can see that behind my hand. Just the center rib from each leaf of the palm frond, but I don't know what the trick is for getting these things so finely refined. I was using the machete and just zipping it along, and that seemed to work okay down one side, but then the other, and then I was able to do the same thing on the other side for the most part. But once again, I've never been instructed on how to do this correctly, so it looks a little funny at the tip. And I don't know, I guess that's not too bad. But you know, for me, this would take all day. This would take all day for me to make one broom. So if you're talented, you can do it quickly. If you're like me and you're not talented at it, it'll take you all day. But anyway, there were so many comments in my last two videos about taking those palm fronds and doing something with them, and one of the big common suggestions was to make silhig out of them, or wallis, depending on where you're from. And apparently what you end up with is these leaves. Now, okay, if I made a silhig wallis and I end up with these leaves left over that I've carved off the side of that center rib, what do you do with those? Please leave a comment if there is actually something that you can make out of it after you've used the frond to make a silhig. Oh, you found some amigas, huh? Okay, yeah, we got ants. I guess I should have shaken those off better. But anyway, back to the byproduct, or the remainder product, is the leafy part on the outside of that center rib. Is there anything you can do with that, or is that just going to be smoker fuel? Because it looks like it would burn real well. As I recover and get my energy back, I'm all of a sudden I'm excited again. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be doing something, and I can't wait for tomorrow to come back and start putting up the barbed wire. I'm telling you what, being out here is just way too much fun. As I recover my energy level, all of a sudden I keep thinking to myself, oh, I thought of another thing. Oh, I thought of another thing. Let's go over here. Let's check this out. Well, one of the plans that we have for this property is camping. Yes, camping. My daughter and I have always talked about going on a camping trip. Furthest we've ever made it is to our backyard in Indiana. That was our first trial run with camping. It didn't go so well. But we have committed. We are going to try this again. And now that we have this farm, we are going to try to come out here every once in a while on weekends and play with our friends and meet up with the neighbors and have a good time, and just see how it goes. We've got this base camp here, so we may as well camp. And as I'm looking around, I noticed when I got my machete out to see if we could make the Wallace seal hig, I realized that there's a ferrous rod in there, a fire starter. So I've never gotten a chance to use one of those before. So I'm looking around over here, trying to find some dry coconut husk. And I think I may have found a candidate or two. So what do you think? Am I going to be able to do this? No matches? I've never tried before. Oh yeah. Look at that. See how it's nice and fluffy. It feels a little damp, but some of the stuff on the outside is relatively dry. Just going to try and fluff it up as much as possible. If you guys are avid campers, let me know if I'm doing this right. Okay. Got a tiny little hole in the middle. I'm not trying to start a big fire. I just want to see if this will work. Well, I'm not a quitter, but I think I know when I'm beat. That fuzzy stuff might be just a little bit too damp. So I guess I'm gonna have to pack some of it up and take it home, dry it in the sun, and hang on to it and stuff it back into my duffel bag when I photobomb. I'll stuff it back in a Ziploc bag once it's dry and keep it in my rucksack and bring it out with me when we decide to camp, along with a nice big book of matches and a lighter, so just to be on the safe side. Okay, update on the seal hig Wally's construction. Check this out. All right, Shelby, what did you and the girls finish up with? What did you accomplish?
Seal hig, a broom.
A seal hig, a broom. Show it up here. Bring it up here. Let's see it. Let's go right up close, and there is the fat end, and it goes nice and long and clean all the way up to there. Now that didn't take very long, and you guys did a great job. Thank you very much. And now you can kind of clean up. What did I learn on my vacation? Well, I'm not vacationing, I'm farming, but first day really working the farm today, and we're actually learning stuff. I learned that a 64-year-old man can outwork me night and day, hands down, no questions asked. I learned that using machinery to try to dig pure clay is ridiculous. That a shovel and a spiky piece of steel work way better. That was money down the drain, not well spent. And I learned that I'm not a very good fire starter, but let's see, I learned how to make a seal hig, and Shelby right now is still not satisfied, and she wants to make hers bigger. So she's over there with Rosalind, and they are gathering more palm fronds because they're not done. Bigger.
Come on.
So this is why I wanted to live in the Philippines. want to push myself to new levels and to try new things, to do new things. I did something last night that I thought I would never do. I ate chicken intestines, cooked adobo style, spicy adobo style. My very good friend brought it over to the house. It was his birthday, but he cooked and brought them over, and I tried them, and I was floored. They're good. It was really, really tasty. It did take a moment of bravery for me to get over the fact of what it was. It was a first for me. Now, I love Filipino food, and there's not a lot that I don't try. I don't like everything, but I usually try most things. I have not yet tried balut. I know everybody in the comments is going to mention that. But I want to learn things. I want to learn a new language. I want to learn how to farm. I want to learn how to turn this into a real showpiece of a piece of property. And I want my daughter to open her mind and explore new things. And doing this today is exactly why I'm here. Look at her concentrating just to make a broom. Shelby, what's more satisfying, making one of these or buying it at the store?
Make it.
Yeah, make it yourself is much more fun.
Yeah.
So we have the teacher, the assistant teacher, and the student in the middle. So why did I move here? I think it's pretty obvious. And I don't think that this was a mistake. Time will tell, but so far I'm absolutely loving this. One more thing. If you are interested in ever having a live question and answers, let me know. Make a comment. All right, good morning everybody. Back at the farm. And I've got my friend Digoy with me. He saw me coming and he already had a nail pouch and a hammer ready. I think he knew what we were going to be doing today. So, and he's got the experience. He came out, he cut a big branch, slid it through the spool of the barbed wire, and he knew how to get it untied, and we're already rocking and rolling. So it's early in the morning. It's the next day after we put up the posts, and so here we go. Let's see if we can get this barbed wire up today, and we're gonna make it a short day because I have to go back and pick up my daughter from school, so it can't be out here all day today. So let's just see how this goes. Now the point here is not to make an impenetrable fortress. All I want to do is keep the carabao and the horses out, and to send a message that this is kind of a protected spot. So I think one circle of barbed wire sends a message and is probably enough to deter the kind horse owners and carabao owners from leading their animals into this spot. So we're gonna get this nailed up, cut off. I'm gonna devise a very simple rudimentary gate over here. Just hold it together with some wire, and then yeah, it's gonna be an easy, fairly easy day today. Quick day. but it just feels good to get something done, even though Digoy is doing most of the work there. That guy's awesome. I feel like the little kid. Here, hold the flashlight while I do this. I'm not gonna believe this, but there's a honeybee on me right now. I don't know if it's European or I think it's Apis cerana. She's getting a little taste of salt. That was kind of cool. Is that good luck? So there we have one barbed wire fence and a whole bunch of bees who thought I was a salt lick. So yeah, there we go. We've got a fence. Went all the way around the bee yard. You can see it here. Just one line. Now I can come back in here with the new brush cutter, another Lazada purchase, and I'll clean this right down to the ground and set up my new hive stands. We're on to the next project. That is one project complete. We are one step closer to having bees on the property. Well, actually, we already have bees on the property. We just have the wrong kind of bees, and we don't have the kind that belong to me that are making honey. So I will talk to my good friend over here, make sure that he's compensated for his hard work, and then I guess we're headed back to the house. Thank you very much for being with me. It has been a pleasure to show you around and show you what we're doing. Remember, I'm Brent. This is Beekeeping in Paradise, reminding you that no matter where you are in the world, if you've got bees, you are definitely beekeeping in paradise. Be well, be safe, be kind, and God bless. Stay sweaty, everybody. Love you.